The 2023 Audio Description Awards Gala, presented by American Council of the Blind. At bottom right, a stylized AD logo. Next, seen from above, the New York City skyline at sunset, a bustling city street. Outside Rockefeller Center, a sculpture of the Greek Titan Atlas holding an orb like heavens on his shoulders. A marquee, NBC Studios, the Rainbow Room, an observation deck. On a stage, at left, a woman with long dark hair wearing a full-length, off-the-shoulder garnet-colored gown and holding a white cane. At right, a taller woman with short red hair in a fitted, black, mid-calf dress with black lace décolletage and short black boots. She speaks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third annual Audio Description Awards Gala, hosted by the American Council of the Blind. I am Marilee Talkington. I am a professional stage, screen, and television actor, writer, and director. I'm also a national disability advocate in the entertainment industry, and I'm the founder of Access Acting Academy for blind and low vision performing artists. And I am so honored to be here with you all to celebrate the Barry Awards and Outstanding Achievement in Audio Description. I am also deeply privileged to introduce and co-host this event with Conchita Hernandez, which I have to digress just for a second. We just found out we're from the same hometown, Woodland, California. Yeah. So wild. Conchita is an educator and one of the most powerful and leading voices in our country for inclusion of persons with disabilities.
Thank you for such a kind introduction. I'm a huge fan of yours as well, so excited to be co-hosting together. Welcome, everyone. I'm Conchita Hernandez. I am an educator for blind and low vision students. I'm also co-founder of the National Coalition of Latinxes with Disabilities. And just like Marilee, I am a disability rights activist. Growing up in Northern California, I understood the hurdles to inclusion far too well. From being a Latina immigrant to being a woman who is blind trying to navigate the sighted world.
Yeah, I hear this. We share this passion for inclusion. I'm legally blind as well, and it's been not an easy task to navigate the entertainment industry and make it on the big stage and the big screen. There are so many misconceptions and access barriers pretty much at every turn, which is why I am so excited to be here tonight, because tonight is all about removing barriers. It is about creating access to art. Now, we're not going to be giving awards for people on the screens. We're going to be celebrating those behind the scenes doing the work to bring visual images to life through audio description.
Yes, and what's so exciting about that is not only are we going to be presenting the prestigious Barry Awards, but for the second year, we will be presenting the People's Choice Audio Description Award.
I love these. I'm excited for that. I'm also so thrilled that we're doing this. We're hosting this at 30 Rockefeller Center in Midtown Manhattan. I love New York. In fact, the first part of this year, I was actually performing a little bit up, a few blocks away, as Morgan Le Fay in the Broadway revival of Camelot at Lincoln Center Theater. And I just don't think there's any better place to have these awards and to celebrate access than in the building that is considered the Camelot of broadcasting for the past century.
That is so true, and congratulations on your performance.
Thank you.
And it is also so exciting. We are literally down the hall from where the Jimmy Fallon show is being filmed. So, maybe we can ask them to borrow their band and they can do some background music for us.
Woo, that would be super fun. Maybe later, right? Fortunately, we have an awesome backup team here in the American Council of the Blind. The ACB has been one of the leading voices in inclusive media for decades. And for the past 12 years, their initiative of the Audio Description Project has significantly expanded the availability of audio description.
Yes, I know for myself, I now have many more options of audio description due to the work that ACB has done. And you can find out more about the Audio Description Project as well as the Audio Description Awards Gala by visiting adawardsgala.org.
adawardsgala.org.
Now, before we get to the awards show, which I'm really excited about, I am so deeply privileged to introduce the president of the American Council of the Blind, Deborah Cook-Lewis, and ACB's executive director, Dan Spoon.
Hello and good evening. Welcome to the third annual Audio Description Gala. sponsored by the American Council of the Blind. I'm Deb Cook-Lewis, president of the American Council of the Blind, ACB, and this is my first audio description gala with you. So I am so excited to be here. If you are an advocate of audio description and have participated in it for many years, you'll be excited to learn about our award winners. If this is new to you, you're going to learn a lot about how audio description makes an equal playing field for blind and low vision people who are participating in events or watching video. Thank you so much for being with us, and I know you're going to enjoy the gala as much as I'm going to. Oh, and they wouldn't tell me who the winners are, so I have to watch this with you to find out. I'd like to introduce Dan Spoon, who is the Interim Executive Director of the American Council of the Blind, to bring you a few words as we get started.
Well, thank you so much, Deb. And I know we're going to have an exciting evening to listen and learn about our audio described Barry Award winners for this year. The American Council of Blind is excited about the work we do with the Audio Description Project. This is our 15th year of having an Audio Description Project committee, and it works to promote audio description in so many different venues, not only in media, but also in performing arts and museums, national and state parks, scholarships, institutional training, and so many other areas. So we're excited for you all to be here this evening to celebrate audio description and all it brings to our community. And now I'd like to introduce Joel Snyder, our American Council of Blind Audio Description Project founder and senior consultant, to introduce our first Barry Award winner.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Snyder, founder of and senior consultant to the Audio Description Project of the American Council of the Blind. Jim Stovall has been a national champion Olympic weightlifter, a successful investment broker, an entrepreneur, but tonight we honor his work with the Narrative Television Network, or NTN. Jim lost his eyesight at age 28, and it wasn't long before Jim and the late Kathy Harper discovered that millions of Americans have visual impairment severe enough to limit their enjoyment of TV shows and movies. In 1988, he founded NTN with a mission to make movies, television shows, and educational programming accessible to millions of blind and visually impaired people and their families. Jim and the network were among the early pioneers in audio description, and as a television producer, the network was honored with a national Emmy in recognition of its groundbreaking media access efforts. In addition to the Emmy Award, in 2010, Jim received the Lifetime Achievement Award in audio description from the American Council of the Blind. It is an honor for me to introduce you to Jim Stovall, the recipient of the 2023 Barry Award, Outstanding Audio Description Visionary.
Outstanding Audio Description Visionary, Jim Stovall, President, Narrative Television Network.
Hello, this is Jim Stovall coming to you from the boardroom at the Narrative Television Network. And I want to thank everybody at the ACB and everyone involved in the description movement for this wonderful honor. I have committed a great portion of my professional life to the field of description, and both as a blind person myself and as an executive in this field, the Barry Award means a great deal to me. First, because it represents description, but more importantly, it represents my friend, Dr. Barry Cronin. I met Barry 30 years ago when we had an ad hoc meeting in New York City among 4 groups, and description was little more than a hope and a dream at that time. And since then, it's become very much of a reality, and much of it is owed to Dr. Barry Cronin. And I will always remember Barry when we were on Good Morning America. He and I were on together discussing description, and a reporter trying to drum up a story, I think, tried to pit us against each other and said, well, how does it feel being here with your competitor? And Barry said, we're both on the same team because we're trying to bring visions to blind people, and that's a commitment. And if we both grew 100 times the size we were, we would just still be, on the same team trying to make a difference in the world. And so I just will always remember Barry as a co-laborer in this wonderful movement of description. Thank you again for this tremendous honor, and I look forward to great things ahead in the field of description.
Now in its second year, the Audio Description People's Choice Award is a great opportunity for fans to cast their ballot on the audio description they loved the most. I hope you cast your ballot, Marilee, because I definitely did.
I certainly did. Finding the winners was a two-part process. First, we asked you to submit the names of films and series you thought had the best audio description. Then we identified the top 5 films and 5 series, and we asked you to cast your ballot.
It was definitely a very tough choice.
Which is a very good sign. We're moving in the right direction. Now, the nominees for Best Audio Description in a Film are Top Gun Maverick,
Paramount Pictures, AD by Icon.
Flamin' Hot,
Hulu Disney, AD by Descriptive VideoWorks.
Emergency,
Amazon Studios, AD by WGBH Media Access Group.
Little Mermaid Live Action,
Walt Disney Studios, AD by Deluxe US.
and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
A24, AD by Deluxe US.
And the nominees for Best Audio Description in a Series are Almost Way,
PBS Kids and Fred Rogers Company. English AD by Bridge Multimedia. Spanish AD by Dicapta.
Wednesday,
Netflix AD by IDC Digital.
Stranger Things,
Netflix AD by Deluxe US.
Better Call Saul,
Netflix AD by Descriptive VideoWorks.
and Star Trek Picard.
Paramount Plus AD by WGBH Media Access Group.
All throughout the show, we will be showing clips of all of the films, starting now.
So stay tuned to find out who the people choose.
People's Choice Awards nominee clip series Star Trek Picard. Paramount Plus AD by WGBH Media Access Group.
He opens a gray case to find his red and black Starfleet captain's uniform. He unfolds and picks up the uniform. Beneath it, he finds a small leather pouch. He picks up the pouch and upends it into his hand. An old comm badge slides out, bearing the Starfleet Delta on an oval. He holds up the comm badge with a look of wonder.
People's Choice Awards nominee clip film Top Gun Maverick. Paramount Pictures AD by Icon.
As the meter hits 9.5, the jet curves in a wide arc over the Earth, leaving a thin contrail behind. As Maverick shakes in the buffeting cockpit, the meter ticks up to 9.7.
Windshield hot caution.
The hull of the plane glows from the heat of friction.
Surface temp rising.
The meter reads 9.8.
The Audio Description Project believes that one awards show is just not enough. In July, the ADP Awards honored people and organizations that are making outstanding contributions in the area of availability and quality of audio description. Let's hear from 3 of our winners now.
Achievement in Media. Individual. Deborah Erickson, Executive Chef and founder of The Blind Kitchen.
The Blind Kitchen was founded to be able to provide accessible cooking tools and information to people with vision loss who wanted to cook or wanted to return to cooking. But heat and sharp knives and objects are often a deterrent, but with the right information, the Blind Kitchen was established to give people that information and those tools so they could return to cook in their own kitchens with confidence, with safety, and with independence.
Special achievements in museums. Dr. Michelle Edwards of the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
The National Museum of African American History and Culture is a public institution open to all, where anyone is welcome to participate, collaborate, and learn more about the Black experience in America. The audio-described History Alive virtual tour programs were developed to provide an immersive learning experience for those that may not be able to travel or physically access the museum. During the programs, visitors hear stories about the African American experience and explore themes of freedom, self-determination, citizenship, valor, and much, much more.
Achievement in the public sector. Space Telescope Science Institute. Timothy Rue and Margaret Carruthers.
Here's a short example of the new approach, a description of the first image released to the public, Webb's first deep field.
Thousands of small galaxies appear across the view. Their colors vary. Some are shades of orange while others are white. Most appear as fuzzy ovals, but a few have distinct spiral arms. In front of the galaxies are several foreground stars. Most appear blue, and the bright stars have diffraction spikes, forming an 8-pointed star shape. There are also many thin, long orange arcs that curve around the center of the image.
Barry Award. AD Game Changer. Innovation.
And now, here to present the Barry Award for AD Game Changer Innovation, track and field star Marla Runyan.
Good evening. I'm Marla Runyan, two-time U.S. Olympian and Paralympian in track and field. When it comes to accessibility, we're talking marathons, not sprints. Over the past few years, it has been so exciting to watch movies and shows that have been made accessible through audio description. This year's winner of the Barry Award in Audio Description Game Changer Innovation has been a leader in audio description since the launch of its streaming platform back in 2016. That year, they provided 250 titles with audio description. Today, that number has grown to nearly 2,300, and I know they won't stop there. So keep up the great work and congratulations on your award, Netflix.
Elisa Beniero, Accessibility Program Manager, Netflix.
Hello, I'm Elisa Beniero. I'm a woman of Italian origins with long, wavy chestnut hair, brown eyes, and olive complexion. In the background are some Netflix posters. As Accessibility Program Manager at Netflix, and on behalf of all of my colleagues, I want to thank the American Council of the Blind for this award. At Netflix, we believe incredible stories should be enjoyed by everyone, no matter who you are, where you live, and what you love to watch. And we strive to continuously improve the experience for our blind and deaf members to access and enjoy their favorite shows. When we first started implementing audio description, members could just listen to it in the one language that the film or series was created in. Since last year, we've been working on expanding audio description so that it's available in more languages than its original, including Spanish, Portuguese, Hindi, and French. By expanding audio description into multiple languages, more members can enjoy films and series from around the world, no matter what language they speak and where they're from. It opens up our titles to a wider, more global audience, which ladders up to Netflix's mission to entertain the world. We've also been focused on improving audio description to be as detailed and accurate as possible. Our new limited series, All the Light We Cannot See, is an example of our commitment to creating a more inclusive experience. While developing audio description for this series, we gathered feedback from community partners as well as talent who are low vision that helped us make better decisions for writing and voicing. There's now audio description available in more than 14 different languages for members around the world. We are really excited to continue this journey to bring joy to our members no matter what their ability, and we are deeply appreciative for this special recognition. Thank you.
All the Light We Cannot See.
A dim wooden staircase spirals down. Light flashes from outside. A pale young woman with dark hair sits at a huge old-fashioned radio. A blonde soldier taps a dial as he listens on his own radio. Leaflets flutter past an open attic window. The young woman leans out and releases a leaflet into the night sky. A building burns nearby. Text based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel.
Good evening. I'm Shawn, Levy, the director and executive producer of All the Light We Cannot See, a series that will introduce you to Aria Mia Liberti and Nell Sutton, who play the main character, Marie Lore, at two different stages of her life. Now, both of these performers happen to be legally blind, and they watch media with audio description. People who are blind or have low vision deserve access to media, yet only a small percentage of media is required to be audio described. Without audio description, we're inherently excluding a huge percentage of society from art culture, entertainment, storytelling, and education. Access is a human right, and we need to push for more audio description. Our own production, All the Light We Cannot See, worked closely with the audio description provider to assist in making sure that every moment was represented as accurately as possible. Were we perfect? Probably not. We may have bent a few rules of audio description, but definitely blame Joe Strecce for that. Let me say that name again, Joe Strecce. His fault where we messed up. His fault, Joe Strecce.
He smiles.
I can say that because I am profoundly grateful to the contributions and the collaboration of Joe on our show, with which we all brought so much of our heart and feeling to bear in bringing the story to life in the way that we feel it was meant to be brought to life. We hope you enjoy our show, and here's truly to a future where audio description is the norm and not the exception.
People's Choice Awards nominee clip series. Stranger Things, Netflix, AD by Deluxe US.
In the mindscape, Max's eyes pop open. She rips a tendril from Vecna's neck and the vines release her. She makes a beeline for the opening in the fall. Vecna's tendril grows back. He clenches a fist and a floating boulder comes down near her, knocking her into a black pool.
People's Choice Awards nominee clip, film, Little Mermaid, live action, Walt Disney Studios, AD by Deluxe US.
Camouflaged among the seaweed, a mermaid swims forward. A second mermaid swims surrounded by a school of fish. As she moves through a narrow crevice between two rocks, the fish follow her. They come to a clearing where coral spires stretch toward the sunny surface like a castle. Dozens more mermaids with tails of different colors and patterns swim among the coral and sea life.
Barry Award, AD Game Changer, Gaming.
Presenting the Barry Award for AD Game Changer Gaming, video game consultant Brandon Cole.
He wears a t-shirt that reads, I don't need sight.
Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Cole. There are certain watershed moments in video game history. Mortal Kombat creating the ESRB, the Xbox Adaptive Controller and its effect on motor-impaired gamers, and this award that I'm presenting today represents another one of those. I am honored to present the Barry Award for AD Game Changer Gaming to Naughty Dog and Sony Computer Entertainment for The Last of Us Part 1. And here to accept that award is Matt Gallant from Naughty Dog. Take it away, Matt.
The Last of Us video game.
The hallways, come on.
Men hurl bricks and cinder blocks as Joel and Ellie weave around them in a pickup truck. Words appear. Find something to fight for. A montage of Ellie and Joel battling for their lives.
Do you even realize what your life means?
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of?
He swims through a flooded tunnel. A man strangles Joel against a train car.
Matthew Gallant, Game Director, Naughty Dog.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Gallant, and on behalf of everyone at Naughty Dog, I'm honored to accept the Barry Award for The Last of Us Part 1. You know, when we were first approaching the idea of making our games accessible for blind players, there really weren't a lot of examples out there in the games industry that we could draw on for best practices. Thankfully, there were blind gamers out there like Brandon Cole and Steve Saylor, and who were finding their own ways to play games despite the barriers that they faced, through their tenacity, through their creativity, and through technology. And we were deeply inspired by their example, and we wanted to show what was possible when a game developer and the blind community worked side by side to create an accessible experience. We also drew inspiration from barrier breakers in other visual media. The audio-described cinematics in The Last of Us Part 1 are a direct continuation of Dr. Barry Cronin's pioneering work. We take the craft of storytelling very seriously at Naughty Dog, and so we were thrilled to find a way to share all the subtleties in the actors' performances with our blind players as well. Accessibility is a new frontier in video games, and I dearly hope to see more games from more developers being nominated for this award in the years to come. Thank you all so much.
Amazon, Take the Lead sponsor.
Bosch's desk, we see pictures of 3 missing women.
Why do you keep the pictures?
To remind me, everybody counts or nobody counts.
It's getting good.
Detective Bosch, LAPD.
Janet Yang.
Hello, I'm Janet Yang, President of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. As the Academy President, one of my top priorities is to look at inclusion in film through as many lenses as possible, from encouraging the industry to diversify the stories being told on screen to ensuring that audiences around the world can celebrate these films every year at the Oscars. We're proud to have provided audio description for a second year in a row at the 95th Oscars this past March. Providing audio description for the Oscars is vitally important because our industry thrives on being as accessible to as many audiences as possible. We want all individuals to be able to experience the Oscars and be inspired to share their own stories. This is a work in progress, and we look forward to continuing conversations with blind and low vision communities as we seek to expand our efforts not just at the Oscars, but in all the spaces in which the Academy operates. Thank you to the American Council of the Blind for leading this incredibly important work.
Conchita and Marilee chat on stage. Thank you to our sponsors. Take the Lead, $10,000. Microsoft, Amazon, Warner Brothers Discovery. Supporting cast, $5,000. Spectrum, Fox Corporation, Paramount Global, VITAC. Cameo, $2,500. National Association of Broadcasters, NAB. The audio description project is supported by the Walt Disney Company, Sony Corporation of America. Support the audio description project. Visit 80awardsgala.org and donate today. A QR code. Barry Award, 80 Game Changer Education.
And you might recognize this voice from America's Got Talent. Presenting the Barry Award for AD Game Changer Education, Lavender Darcangelo.
Lavender Darcangelo, singer, disability advocate.
Good evening. My name is Lavender Darcangelo, and I am a singer, disabilities advocate, and most recently, a finalist on season 18 of America's Got Talent. I also have multiple disabilities, which can sometimes be isolating and make me feel like I don't know where I belong. Music and education have helped me find my place and given me the confidence to advocate for complete inclusion and better opportunities for people with disabilities. I believe in alternative approaches to learning that empower students to develop their talents and find their voice. I'm so excited to be presenting the Barry Award for Audio Description Game Changer Education, because access to educational materials can mean access to a world of possibilities. The winner is Imagination Storybooks. Congratulations!
Richard Riemann, founder, Imagination Storybooks.
Hello, I'm Richard Riemann, the founder of Imagination Storybooks, and also, since I'm dressed in a wizard cap, the storybook wizard who brings many stories to children in an accessible way with audio description, with sign language, with captions, to make sure that children who are blind, low vision, deaf, or learning challenged can have total access to children's books. And I'm here with our executive producer, Tristan Snyder.
Tristan Snyder, executive producer, Imagination Storybooks. Tristan wears dark glasses.
For me, being a part of the production of these books is a great joy, because when I was growing up, I was born totally blind. And while I had access to both Braille books and books on tape, and while my parents and siblings and family read to me, they never told me that there were pictures in the books. Being able to narrate and produce these books is very special to me because it brings children like me the full experience of these books.
It's wonderful to have this opportunity to talk about how we make children's picture books accessible.
In animation, A Child on a Cloud, a signer at bottom right.
If I were your angel, I'd use my harp to strum you notes, both flat and sharp. Fill your ears with joyful song so you can clap and sing along.
Birds soar above pink-tinged clouds.
Music staffs with notes on them float like ribbons in the sky. Seated on a fluffy cloud, a girl reaches out to a bird as it flies past through the blue expanse, chasing a stray note. Thank you so much, American Council of the Blind, for this award for being an audio description game changer in education.
The Imagination Storybooks logo. People's Choice Awards nominee clip series. Better Call Saul, Netflix, AD by Descriptive VideoWorks.
Saul wears rubber gloves as he uses an eyedropper to place drops of liquid from Dr. Caldera on his photos. The camera guy watches him.
What's that? Don't worry about it. You need to know on this one.
Kim uses a paintbrush to spread the liquid over the photos. They work together to spread the liquid on 5 photos.
People's Choice Award nominee clip, film, Emergency, Amazon Studios, AD by WGBH Media Access Group.
Anything missing out there?
He removes his backpack.
Everything here except for one of your poop. Some of how this week. Shawn. What?
Shawn approaches him and Kunle points to a blonde girl lying face down on the floor. She wears a strapless dress made of pink duct tape. They approach her.
Hello?
Paramount Global, supporting cast sponsor. Clips from Paramount Plus shows. NCIS, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, BET Awards, South Park, RuPaul's Drag Race, Paw Patrol, Yellow Jackets. Barry Award, AD Game Changer, Popular Entertainment.
It is my pleasure to introduce Kim Charlson and Barbara Hinske, who will be presenting the Barry Award for AD Game Changer Popular Entertainment.
Kim Charlson, Executive Director, Perkins Library, and Barbara Hinske, author.
Good evening. I'm Kim Charlson, the Executive Director of the Perkins Braille and Talking Book Library, and one of the co-chairs of the American Council of the Blind Audio Description Project.
And I'm Barbara Hinske, author of the Guiding Emily series of novels about a young woman and her guide dog. Kim, I understand we have a few things in common. We're both committed to improving inclusion and access. You work at the Perkins Library, and I donate half of my royalties from Guiding Emily to the Foundation for Blind Children in Phoenix, Arizona.
And also, you're an author, and I'm a librarian. So I would guess that we both love books.
I certainly do, Kim. Really, though, I love a good story wherever I find it, whether that's a book or a movie.
Me too. And I enjoy relaxing and watching a heartwarming story with a happy ending and with audio description, of course. So, like the Hallmark movies that I just watched this week that were based on your Guiding Emily book series.
Thank you so much. I am so proud that Hallmark adapted Guiding Emily to the screen, and I am thrilled to announce that the winner of this year's Barry Award for Game Changer Popular Entertainment is Hallmark Entertainment.
Congratulations to Hallmark.
A Biltmore Christmas.
Lucy sneaks back into the library. She stows the script in her purse, then shakes the hourglass to try to speed remaining sand through it. Jack walks in.
Hiya. There you are.
It falls.
No. It's okay. I'll take the blame. I'll say it's my fault. It's okay. It's cleaned up.
Lucy blinks rapidly while Jack cleans up the broken hourglass.
Judy Lopez, Executive Vice President, Hallmark Media.
Hallmark Media thanks the American Council of the Blind for recognizing us with this honor. And congratulations to all the recipients of the ACB Barry Award. We also want to acknowledge audio description pioneer, Dr. Barry Cronin. At Hallmark Media, our mission is to connect people and create feel-good content for everyone. We share stories that families and friends can enjoy together, and importantly, we believe that our efforts to produce audio-described programming as an integral part of that mission. We're proud to provide opportunities for the blind, and visually impaired audiences to experience our widely beloved Hallmark content. We salute ACB for creating a space to spotlight, celebrate, and advocate for the community. And as the holidays are upon us, we look forward to having you watch and listen to our joyful stories that entertain and inspire.
Spectrum supporting cast sponsor, Peter Cucciave, a bearded man with dark glasses.
Spectrum is proud to once again support the Audio Description Awards Gala. It's exciting to see all the progress around audio description, and we've been humbled by all the positive feedback around our own Spectrum Access app. Together, we can affect a world of accessible experiences for our blind and low vision community. Thank you.
Spectrum, People's Choice Awards, nominee clip, series, Alma's Way, PBS Kids and Fred Rogers Company, English AD by Bridge Multimedia, Spanish AD by Dicapta.
Alma, Ruben, Yvette, and Bisabuela arrive at the beach. Alma wears her long flowy skirt.
Looks like you're ready to dance.
Junior looks at Alma.
The bomba skirt was yours?
Yep, it's from Bisabuela.
Whoa, fancy.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yup, vamos a bailar! Alma nods at one of the drummers. She nods back and pats her drum with both hands.
Whippa!
People's Choice Awards, nominee clip, film, Everything Everywhere All at Once, A24, AD by Deluxe US.
As Deidre tries to back away, Evelyn grabs her shirt with her toes and pulls her into a hug. Outside the laundromat, Evelyn puts her arms around Deidre.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel nothing. I feel.
In the office, Deidre drops to her knees. Evelyn turns to the stairs and sees Jobu reach a landing.
AD Game Changer, 100% access.
Our next presenter will be familiar to everyone who knows anything about the American Council of the Blind. Here to present the Barry Award for AD Game Changer 100% Access is ACB's very own access expert, Clark Rockfall.
Director of Advocacy and Governmental Affairs.
Hello, I'm Clark Rockfall, Director of Advocacy and Governmental Affairs for the American Council of the Blind. I'm also a Paralympian and an audio description enthusiast. I'm here to present the Game Changer 100% Access Award. At ACB, our work is centered on advocating for access on behalf of all people with disabilities. It is vital that 100% of areas of life are accessible for 100% of people, including healthcare, technology, sports, transportation, and of course, entertainment. The Game Changer 100% Access Award goes to a company that has committed to providing audio description for 100% of their scripted primetime offerings. Congratulations, Paramount Global.
Fire Country.
Vince carries Sharon.
Get that ambulance! Now!
In slow motion, he continues on, Sharon's eyes open lazily. They near an ambulance where paramedics wait. Vince puts Sharon on a stretcher.
I want to know the second you know what's wrong. Call Cap and have him up to me.
Vince nods at Bodie and the paramedics lift
Go, let's
Sharon.
go.
Vince climbs into the back of the ambulance along with a paramedic who shuts the door. The ambulance pulls away. A moving view shows the mountain.
Mark Turritz, VP, Paramount Global.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Turritz, Vice President of Access Services at Paramount Global. On behalf of all of us here at Paramount Global, I'd like to thank the American Council of the Blind and their Audio Description Project for the great honor of this 2023 Barry Award for Audio Description Game Changer 100% Access. This Barry Award is shared by the many people across our teams at Paramount and at our outside access services providers. These are the talented women and men who work with great care and diligence in bringing our consumers the high-quality audio description and closed captioning that Paramount Global delivers every day. The CBS TV network began offering audio description in April 2002, and over these past 21 years, we've never looked back, as we continuously added more audio-described content. And that's how Paramount Global achieved the 100% access for which you have recognized us here. We're very proud of the synergies between our teams at both CBS and our popular Paramount Plus streaming service that enables CBS and Paramount Plus to begin offering audio description for all CBS scripted primetime programs, except when individual show delivery timelines don't allow for it. Much of our unscripted CBS primetime reality content is also audio described on both CBS and Paramount Plus. This has included Survivor, The Amazing Race, Tough as Nails, The Challenge USA, Lingo, Secret Celebrity Renovation, and Lotteria Loca. Plus, 100% of our CBS Children's educational informative content is also audio described. Paramount Plus then takes it a step further by adding audio description to the few CBS primetime scripted shows that can't be described in time for air on CBS. Paramount Plus also offers audio description on all Paramount Plus originals and some movies. Our first live audio description took place on CBS in 2022 with the Grammy Awards and then for the Tony Awards. And of course, we did it again for both shows in 2023. And the first live audio described CBS News broadcast took place back in May for the coronation of King Charles III. When the CBS premiere of fan favorite Yellowstone kicked off our 2023-2024 CBS primetime season, it also included audio description along with all our other audio described CBS primetime programs. The growth of audio description at Paramount now also includes our free streaming service Pluto TV and the new Paramount Plus Showtime bundle with the continuous addition of more content with audio description. Paramount Global's commitment to the growth of accessibility began in the early 1980s, over 40 years ago. So it's an incredible honor for us to be recognized as game changers with this Barry Award from the American Council of the Blind. Thank you.
Tonight, we've been focusing on audio description, and we've been playing clips from all the People's Choice nominees and including audio and video. But the next two clips, we're only going to include the audio and audio description, no video. Now, this may not make a difference for some of you out there, but for those of you that rely on your site, this is an invitation to shift your awareness from one sense to another, and perhaps it will illustrate how vitally important audio description is.
People's Choice Awards nominee clip series. Wednesday, Netflix, AD by IDC Digital.
Blue sky hangs over Nancy Reagan High School. A bust of the smiling First Lady stands in the entryway. Among the cheerful, colorfully dressed students walks a teenage girl with pale skin. She wears a black and white collared dress with her fringed black hair in pigtails. Her dark, watchful eyes dart back and forth. Students part as she passes. The girl, Wednesday Addams, approaches a locker with graffiti on it reading Freak and Pigsley Wigsley. She opens it.
People's Choice Awards nominee clip series. Flamin' Hot, Hulu Disney, AD by Descriptive VideoWorks.
A black stretch limo pulls up in front of the Frito-Lay complex. A man opens the rear door and Mr. Enrico steps out. Several executives in polished shoes and tailored suits follow him along a stone walkway. Then they all stop as Mr. Enrico pauses to button his suit jacket. As they stride along an interior hallway, Richard sits in his truck in his suit and tie.
Conchita and Marilee chat on stage. Barry Award, Outstanding Achievement, Live Events.
Presenting the Barry Award for Outstanding Achievement Live Events is filmmaker Sheridan O'Donnell.
Sheridan O'Donnell, filmmaker.
Hello from Paris, or shall I say Salut du Paris. As a writer-director who's legally blind, audio description is a crucial aspect of my storytelling. That's why I invested a lot of time into reviewing the audio description for my latest film, Little Brother, to make sure it was the best possible. Warner Brothers Discovery also understands the importance of audio description, as evidenced by the live description they provided for last year's SAG Awards. Even better, they provided blind narrators in various roles throughout the telecast. That's why it's my honor to present Warner Brothers Discovery with the Barry Award for Outstanding Achievement Live Events.
The Last of Us, HBO, AD by Descriptive VideoWorks.
Don't scare it.
I won't.
Joel pulls some branches off an overgrown tree poking into the building.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Can you hurry up? Come on.
He hands her a branch. The giraffe looks at her and finishes chewing. It takes the leafy branch from her hands and eats it. Joel hands her another branch. The giraffe sticks its long tongue out to reach for more food.
Hey there.
Joel smiles warmly as he watches Ellie.
I'm Janet Ritz, Head of Accessibility at Warner Brothers Discovery. I have medium-length brown hair and hazel eyes. I wear glasses and am in my office where I have framed photographs from some of our iconic films, including Casablanca and High Noon, on the wall behind me. On behalf of our company and my colleagues, I want to thank the American Council of the Blind for the ACB Barry Award, honoring the live audio description during the TBS broadcast of the 2022 SAG, the Screen Actors Guild Awards. In 2022, the SAG Awards broadcast on TBS was described live for the first time and included a blind narrator alongside the traditional live describer, as well as blind narrators who voiced live descriptions of video clips during the broadcast. It involved teams of talented people all working together to execute this event seamlessly on air. We are proud of our teams across the company and of our partners in this effort, VITAC and Audio Eyes, who provided such a high-quality audio description experience during the SAG Awards. On behalf of my colleagues and our partners, we want to thank the American Council of the Blind for choosing Warner Brothers Discovery, TBS, and everyone who worked on the 2022 SAG Awards for your kind recognition of their efforts.
Outstanding Achievement, Spanish Media, USA.
Here is Latin, R&B, and pop singer-songwriter and personal friend Precious Perez to present the Barry Award for Outstanding Achievement, Spanish Media, USA.
Precious Perez, musician.
Hello and buenas noches. My name is Precious Perez, also known as La Reggaetonera Ciega, and I am a blind Boricua woman with box braids wearing a t-shirt that says, "It's the melanin for me." Como una artista musical que fue ganadora del premio para Mejor Canción en las Música Latina Premios de Kentucky 2023, es un honor entregarle un premio para una otra persona. And as a blind Latina performer, it's an even greater honor that this award celebrates Spanish language audio description. The Barry Award for Outstanding Achievement in Spanish Media in the United States goes to Semillitas, produced by Somo/V LLC. ¡Felicidades!
Semillitas.
Buscaremos otro juego.
En una ladera, Maya se desliza en una cáscara de nuez a gran velocidad. Shelby pasa rodando sobre su caparazón y Willy vuela observándolos.
¡Les gané lentos! ¡Bien hecho, Shelby! Y por cierto, ¿qué ganaste?
Jose Antonio Espinal, VP and COO, Somos TV.
We at Somos TV would like to thank the American Council of the Blind for giving Semillitas the Outstanding Achievement Spanish Media ACB Barry Award. Our staff is proud and happy since we work hard in producing a channel that provides safe and culturally relevant entertainment to all preschool ages Latino children. We believe that including audio description in our content is a key service for all parents and caretakers and an essential component of our mission. We are committed to provide the best and safest entertainment for all Latino preschoolers. This recognition motivates all of us to keep Semillitas' role to support wholesome, positive, pro-social, and educational entertainment to the Latino family. Thank you.
Here to present the Barry Award Outstanding Achievement International Media, my friend and filmmaker, James Rath.
James Rath, filmmaker. He wears dark glasses.
Hi, I'm James Rath. I've spent the last year and a half filming a travel documentary series called Blind Spots. It's coming soon to Curiosity Stream. I'm an award-winning filmmaker who happens to be legally blind. And I've been curious about how disability, blindness, and culture intersect around the world. Audio descriptions are a huge part about how I consume television and movies. With many of the films that I watch being international, BBC happens to stream thousands of audio-described titles through their BBC iPlayer. Thank you, BBC iPlayer, for your contributions to audio descriptions, and congratulations on receiving this year's Barry Award for Outstanding Achievement in International Media.
Planet Earth.
Home to dragons.
A scaly tail slithers from side to side, leaving its imprint in the wet sand behind it. Then ahead, its flickering tongue and strings of drool reflected in the puddles, and claws digging into the sand.
10 feet long and weighing an impressive 150 pounds. These are the largest living lizards on the planet.
Storm Fagan, Chief Product Officer, BBC.
I'm Storm Fagan, Chief Product Officer at the BBC. My team is responsible for maintaining, building and innovating the BBC's digital products around the world, including iPlayer. And we are absolutely thrilled to win this award. Thank you so much. Accessibility is at the forefront of everything that we do, making digital experiences that are easy to use and available to everyone is a key part of our strategy. And over the last few years, we've done a huge amount of work in this space, from making our content more accessible, from audio description and subtitles, to making our experience itself more accessible in terms of the functionality and user experience. So it's absolutely wonderful to be recognised for the hard work. And we can see that coming through in terms of how easy it is for our users to engage with the BBC. We grew 10% year on year over the last year, and that's partly down to the changes we made in the user experience, but also the changes we've made to our content in terms of increased box sets, access to our archive, new formats, and really focusing on how we bring people together around live national moments. There's a huge amount to do as we look to the future, and this award really sets us up and makes us feel really proud of everything that we've done. Thank you.
Marilee, do you know who Joel Snyder is?
Oh, of course I know who Joel is. In audio description? I mean, what? Everyone from Alaska to Australia in audio description knows who Joel is. Why do you ask?
That is so true. Well, Joel is stepping down as senior consultant to the audio description project.
What? No, that's terrible.
You're so dramatic, Marilee, but you're right. However, he is still going to be involved in audio description.
Okay, good, terrific.
And to tell us a little bit more, we have Carl Richardson, co-chair of ADP, who will tell us about all of the great things that Joel has contributed to audio description.
Carl Richardson, co-chair, ADP, ACB.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carl Richardson, and I am the co-chair of the Audio Description Project along with Kim Charlton. Tonight, we are here to recognize those who have done excellent work in the field of audio description in the world of media, film, television, and streaming. But we would not be here tonight if it wasn't for the founding of the Audio Description Project by Joel Snyder, and we want to recognize him for his work in the field of audio description. Audio description is much more than just media. It is also in theater, performing art, parks, audiobooks, education, and more. Dr. Snyder has spent more than 40 years in the field of audio description, promoting quality audio description, quantity of audio description, and availability of audio description for all. He will be stepping down from the Audio Description Project in January, but we want to thank him as founder, senior consultant, and former Audio Description Project coordinator, which was founded in 2010. So we want to thank him for 13 plus years of his partnership with the American Council of the Blind to help promote, advocate, and create audio description for all. Thank you.
People's Choice Awards, series nominees: Alma's Way, Wednesday, Stranger Things, Better Call Saul, Star Trek, Picard.
Throughout the show, we've shared clips of 5 movies and 5 series that have some of the best audio description of last year. Now, it's time to find out who the winners are of the People's Choice Awards. Here are May Lane Carnes and Andrew Leland to announce the series that you've chosen as the one with the best audio description.
Andrew Leland, author.
Good evening. I'm Andrew Leland. My first book, The Country of the Blind, a memoir at the end of sight, was published in July.
And I'm May Lane Carnes, the grand prize winner of the Audio Description Project's Benefits of Audio Description in Education Essay Contest. I wrote an essay discussing the quality of the audio description in one of my favorite shows.
Congratulations, May. It's an excellent essay. I read it, and I wish I could enter that contest, not to compete with you, but just because I also have some thoughts about what makes good audio description.
In my opinion, the best audio description is integrated seamlessly. It just fits into the cracks and tells you what you need to know.
I agree. The voice talent should match the mood of the show, and the AD shouldn't step on dialogue or sound effects.
We are not the only ones with strong feelings about excellent audio descriptions. The People's Choice Award proves that people care about having the kind of audio description that makes a good show even better.
And so, the winner of the Audio Description People's Choice Award for a series is...
No surprise to me, because I wrote an award-winning essay about it. Tim Burton's Wednesday.
And here to accept the award are Netflix and IDC.
People's Choice Award Series winner, Wednesday, Netflix, AD by IDC Digital.
A water polo team practices in an indoor pool. Wednesday approaches.
Yo, Dalton, look! Pixley's sister.
The only person who gets to torture my brother is me.
Stone-faced, she holds up 2 plastic bags of piranhas. The players stare. She drops them. Underwater, the toothy fish swim free, snapping their jaws. The players thrash toward the edge of the pool.
Eric Wickstrom, Director of Audio Production, IDC Digital.
Thank you very much to the ACB for this amazing award. At IDC, we strive every day to serve the blind and visually impaired community to the best of our ability. So an award like this from the community is incredibly appreciated. To my fellow nominees, any of you could easily be sitting here in my place accepting this. Your work in the field pushes us every year to be better and better. Thank you to Netflix for consistently entrusting us with such amazing source material, such as Wednesday. Thank you to Marcy Gilbert and everybody at IDC for supporting our work and enabling this department to thrive on both coasts. You can't create anything of value without a great script. It's far and away the most important element of any AD project. With that in mind, take a huge bow, Liz Gutman. Your work laid the foundation for what I truly believe is one of the best tracks I've produced in my entire career. Thank you for everything, and happy birthday. The most overlooked piece of any track is the audio mix itself. It can make or break the entire listening experience. Luke Thompson, as always, you did an amazing job with this mix. Your list of projects is long and it's impressive, and this one sits right near the top of that list. And lastly, to Frankie Corzo, your voiceover performance is sublime. Modern AD voiceover is a very tricky thing. You want to enhance the material without distracting from it. You want to blend in without getting lost. You want to emote but not act. It's an incredibly difficult balancing act at times, one that you navigated with incredible precision and grace. Thanks for bringing so much of yourself to this project. And again, to the audience, thank you for supporting and acknowledging our work. This truly means so much to my entire team.
Elisa Beniero, Accessibility Program Manager, Netflix.
Hello from Elisa Beniero at Netflix. On behalf of all of my colleagues, I want to thank the American Council of the Blind and the audience for this award. Providing great audio description for Wednesday is an example of our commitment to entertaining the world and ensuring that our stories can be enjoyed by everyone. But none of this could be possible without our partners. To IDC, thank you for your commitment in this space and for working with us to produce such incredible descriptions. Partnerships like yours help make our stories truly accessible.
People's Choice Awards, film nominees. Top Gun, Maverick, Flamin' Hot, Emergency, Little Mermaid live action, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Congratulations, Wednesday.
Congratulations.
Now we're moving from the small screen to the silver screen. Movies are this just magical mixture of stardust and celluloid.
Wait, what's celluloid?
Celluloid is what movies were made on before digital.
Oh, I love learning random facts. Thank you.
You're welcome. Movies have this incredible power of taking us out of our own world and launching us into another. They make us think, they can warm our hearts, they can make us laugh till we hurt. They can even have us reciting lines over and over and over for decades. In fact, this is one of my favorite lines. I love you.
I know.
So you're laughing, and yet this movie makes me cry every single time I watch it.
Oh, I am not a fan of movies that make me sad.
Oh gosh, everyone's a critic.
That is so true. And that is why I am so excited about this next award.
Okay, yes, this is all very exciting. Okay, here we go. So up to this point, we have seen all 10 of the Audio Description People's Choice Award nominees, and we know that Wednesday won for Best Series, but now we get to announce the winner in the film category. This movie has taken us across space and time, and your votes have declared that the film with the best audio description is
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Congratulations.
People's Choice Award film winner, Everything Everywhere All at Once, E24, AD by Deluxe US.
Deidre and Waymond hold up their hands and shout. Evelyn steps in front of Deidre, opens her arms wide and closes her eyes. Rick and 2 other jumpers fire guns at her. Evelyn opens her eyes. Gong Gong gawks. Evelyn looks up. A smoking bullet twitches at the middle of her forehead. Carefully, Evelyn takes it between her thumb and forefinger and holds it at eye level. Outside the laundromat, Evelyn picks up the baseball bat and sees 2 googly eyes pasted to it.
Anna Capizera, Deluxe.
On behalf of the Deluxe AD team, thank you so much for this incredible award. We really strive every day to create the best audio description we can, and we're truly honored to have your vote. I want to give a big shout out to the Everything Everywhere team, Matthew Christofferson, Carrie Canning, Laura Post, Marcia Bartonetti, Jedediah Barton, Jordan O'Neill, and David Mitchell. And I'm grateful overall to the AD team for keeping things running smoothly so that we can focus on creating high quality AD. A big thanks, of course, to the American Council of the Blind, and especially to those of you who voted. We're proud to be considered with so many great movies and AD creators. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to everyone at Deluxe, and especially the crew, who worked so diligently behind the scenes to create such beautiful and artful audio description for Everything Everywhere All at Once. The award is so deserved. And thank you, everyone who voted.
Absolutely. And you could not ask for a better film from last year to carry the banner of inclusion, not only for audiences with disabilities, but also for women, and specifically women of color.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like inclusion has really come a long way these past few years. We've got somewhere to go still, but it's come a long way.
Muy cierto, Marilee, muy cierto.
And thanks to initiatives like ACB's Audio Description Project, television and film has become more inclusive than ever. Before the ADP, the number of titles with AD was less than impressive. It was woeful, actually. But if you go to the ADP website now, you are going to find more than 10,000 titles with audio description. I'm going to say that again. More than 10,000 titles with audio description.
Absolutely. I remember when it was rare to find anything with audio description. But ADP cannot do this work alone. We need your advocacy. You can go to adawardsgala.org and click on donate.
And while we wish the festivities could go on all night long, it is time for us to take our leave and take our bow and say goodbye for now. It has been so much fun hosting with you, Conchita.
They reach out to each other.
I can't believe, who would have thought that 2 folks from Woodland High School would be hosting an awards show at 30 Rockefeller Center. It's mind-blowing.
Absolutely, it is so wild. And also, go Woodland Wolves!
That's right. Congratulations again to all the awardees. You are doing amazing work. Thank you for pushing the needle forward. And a very special thank you to our sponsors, donors, and the American Council of the Blind, and of course the crew at 30 Rockefeller Center. Have a great night, and goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Yay! Great hosting.
Marilee blows a kiss. They dance off to the left. Support the Audio Description Project. Visit adawardsgala.org and donate today. A QR code. Credits scroll. Hosts: Marilee Talkington, Conchita Hernandez Legorreta. Audio description and voice talent: English audio description script, Audio Description Associates, LLC. Joel Snyder, PhD. English audio description narrator: Ren Leach. Spanish audio description script, Dicapta, Andrea Gimenez. Spanish audio description narrator, Dicapta. Oscar Javier Cuesta. Spanish language dubbing, Dicapta. Producer, Doug Rowland. With special thanks to Gala Planning Committee, Matt Ader, Jolynn Bailey Page, John Kavanaugh, Kim Charlson, Olga Colasos, Maria Victoria Diaz, Kelly Gask, Martha Heller, Gabriel Lopez Cafati, Tabitha Kenlin, Michael Cohn, Deborah Cook-Lewis, Reese Lloyd, Rick Marin, Maria Juliana Olarte, Diamela Perex, Clark Rockville, Carl Richardson, Doug Rowland, Lori Samuels, Joel Snyder, Dan Spoon, Tony Stevens, Joe Strecce, Jeff Tom, Mark Turitz. Gala Awards Committee, Joel Snyder, Chair, Renee Arrington Johnson, Matt Ader, Kim Charlson, Maria Victoria Diaz, Tabitha Kenlin, Tanya Milocevic, Carl Richardson, Wendy Sapp, Tristan Snyder, Dan Spoon, Jeff Tom. ACB staff and contractors, Jolynn Bailey Page, Colby Garrison, Caitlin Herrera, Tabitha Kenlin, Sharon Lovering, Nancy Marks Becker, Rick Marin, Clark Rockville, Bill Reeder, Joel Snyder. Contributing partners and friends, American Foundation for the Blind, Audio Description Associates, LLC, Comcast NBC Universal, Dicapta, VITAC. In gratitude to our sponsors, Amazon, Take the Lead, Microsoft, Take the Lead, Warner Brothers Discovery, Take the Lead, Spectrum, Supporting Cast, Fox Corporation, Supporting Cast, Paramount Global, Supporting Cast, VITAC, Supporting Cast, National Association of Broadcasters, NAB, Cameo. The Audio Description Project is supported by The Walt Disney Company, Sony Corporation of America, ADP Awards footage courtesy Mediapolis, LLC. Learn more at adp.acb.org, a production of the American Council of the Blind, Alexandria, Virginia. Copyright 2023.